topic, we want you to make sure you do a few things. We want you to watch the entire episode. We don't want you to miss not one beat of what we're getting ready to say. And listen, we want you to share. We want you to invite somebody in because there's some information, there's some knowledge you're going to get today that's like never before. There's some announcements that we're about to make today. So listen, we want you to go ahead and bring everybody you know in. We got the Wealth Connector with us right now. She is in the building. Wealth Connector, how you doing?
Hey, welcome. I'm excited. I'm amazed today. We're going to have an amazing conversation. Topics are out of this world. The guest is out of this world. And we're going to come together and partner together and live life on our own terms. Because that's what this episode's about, right? Not embracing the struggle, embracing living life on your own terms, how it should be. So who am I? Real quick, my name is Lisa Monet, everybody's favorite radio, TV personality, empowerment influencer. And you saw I added a little salt and pepper to my name. It says Aunt Madam Wealth Connector. You seen that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But it's my heartbeat is for people to live life how they want to, Jesus-fied, but also make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and make a lot of money, and live a life serving the Lord while you're making a lot of money. Did I say that? I did. Yes, I did.
Make a lot of what? What's going to make a lot of?
Cha-ching, bada bing, bada bop, bop, bop. Money.
Come on.
Yes, money.
Listen,
money answers all.
I just want to say right now, listen, we in Florida.
You can't help them if you ain't got it. You can't help them if you ain't got it. So we going to go and get it all, right? That's what we're at.
We're going to get it all. We in
all.
Florida. We in Florida right now. They saying that, stuff is coming, the hurricane. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a hurricane party right now. Go ahead, bring your people in. Let people know you ain't got nothing to do anyway. Most of y'all ain't going to work. So come on, join us. Make sure you're here to hear some major knowledge. My name is Nathan J. Shaw Jr. I am the Purpose Pusher, and I want everybody to make sure that they are fulfilling their best life and living life on purpose, not by accident, not by stress, not by confusion, but making sure you're living life on purpose. If you're living, if you're breathing, if you have a dial tone in your heart, that means there's a purpose for you. And I'm excited that our guest is going to further that. So Miss Monet, listen, we got the music playing. We got the background. We got the background flowing. We got the money. Who do we got coming on today?
So I'm so excited. Y'all see the background. Y'all see the money, because we're having a money conversation. Real quick, if you're scared to talk about money, you don't want to be wealthy, and that's just a fact. But if you're ready to embrace, we don't embrace struggle. We embrace purpose. We embrace living life on your own terms, and we embrace that paper being able to pave the way and open doors that no man can close.
Come on.
Yes, I'm excited. Let's talk about our guests real quick. And once again, real quick, hey, rep where you're from, put it in the chat. Tell us, hey, invite your friends and family and watch the entire episode. Not 49 minutes, not 29 minutes, not 22.7. Watch the entire thing, because if you miss something, you're going to be upset. And then you know what? We're going to be mad for you. We ain't going to be mad at you, but we're going to be mad for you, because it's time for you to live life on your own terms and embrace the path that you are destined to have. So you can have, be, and do everything and anything. You just got to get with the right people to show you how. And guess what, Nathan, they with the right people?
Oh, they with the right people, man. We are here, and you are here.
They're with the right people. So let's talk about our guests. I love it. So let's talk about now this young man. When I say that when he speaks, everyone needs to listen. He's an educator, has a heartbeat for helping people. And when I say he is successful in making a lot of money, I want to put a capital S on the successful and a capital a lot on making a lot of money. Yes, I do. I've said that. And also, he really has a heartbeat to see people win. And he is a fun creature. Y'all think I'm wild. You think Nathan wild. Listen, we about to set it off today. But we're going to set it off empowering you, giving you some nuggets, giving you inspiration. And the next part is for you to take action. So like I said, this young man, he owns a educator with the and then listen, it seems like his language is about options and a lot of so listen, people want to learn about this. This is the man with the plan. He's up here doing hurricane with us having a hurricane party. So count it not robbery that find it very, what's the word I'm looking for? Be very appreciative that we having a hurricane party to empower you, because that's our heartbeat, and also it shows who he is, because that's his heartbeat too. So it is a pleasure and an honor to introduce Mr. We're gonna go ahead and rock this thing out. If it does what it's supposed to do, he's coming on in a second. Bam, there it goes.
Jay Joseph.
What up, fam? What up, fam? What up, fam? Hope everybody's doing well. Let's do it.
Come on. Love it. Listen, man, we are so excited to have you on. I just go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Just a little bit or a lot bit?
Lot of bit. You can do both.
Lot of bit.
Gotcha. Okay. First, we're thanking everybody for investing your time with us tonight, because your time is your most valuable, non-renewable resource. So we appreciate that. Who am I? I'm Jay Joseph. I'm a wealth advocate. I'm a stock and options trader. I'm your insurance agent, and I'm an investor, right? So I'm actually an individual that want to help. I created this brand, right? This brand is called J Money Secrets. This brand was created to educate you about this thing called financial literacy, right? But specifically in the way that we can do what? Build this thing called wealth. And with wealth, it's going to allow you to live life on your own terms. Not only have money freedom, but this thing called time freedom as well. And I do this by helping you eliminate debt, plan a tax-free retirement, protecting your income, becoming your own bank, and building wealth. And I'm here to serve you guys tonight. So thank you for tuning in. And I'm here as a resource to help you achieve life on your own terms.
Wow.
I love it. So hold on, people represent. Let me bring some of the people representing up to show how we're reaching all over the world. So we got a hey y'all. I don't know who the hey y'all's from, but we have her from. We got a great evening from the UK, from the trade queen. She the trade queen. We have let me see. A hello from Cleveland, Ohio.
Come on, Cleveland.
And come through. And a good evening from Toronto, Canada. And they say, hey, they represent you, Mr. Joseph. So we're so excited. Oh, okay, that was Dr. Hardy. That was who gave the hey y'all. So we're excited. So this conversation is going to be amazing, and I believe it's going to be so empowering because of who we have on, and then the information that's going to be shared. But also, mind you, fam, this information just isn't here to be shared. It's to empower you to change your life. And so I count it a blessing that Mr. Joseph is here, really going to help drop some nuggets. Hey, Chattanooga, welcome. Y'all make sure y'all give Mr. Joseph some love. So, Mr. Joseph, I know you gave a little bit about who you are, where you're from, but can I want to dive a little bit so we can get to know you a little bit more, because we know you're successful, we know you're amazing, and we know you're helping people, but we want to know the background, that where you came from truly, and that drive, that hunger, that rawness that made you put yourself in a position where now you're a six-figure earner and doing what people wish they could do in maybe a year's time, in a month, or maybe 3 to 4 months time. You're doing it right now in an actual month, and I think that just really speaks volumes. So I would love for you to share who you are and where you are now, and stuff like that.
So yes, my pleasure. Well, number one, I came from my mama, which is a single mother. I was raised one of four, and I'm actually from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right? And one thing that my mother always tells me is that money does not grow on trees. But you know what she failed to tell me? Where it actually grew. So I was always determined to understand and figure out where does this money come from? Because when I think back to my days, when I think about this thing called riches, because there's a difference between riches and wealth. But when I thought about riches, I thought about my boy Lil Wayne, my guy MJ, and then some people I used to know that used to do things illegally to get money. But I knew that as a male, African American in particular, that there was information that we had inside of us that was very creative. And I wanted to get paid for what I knew and not what I did as far as entertaining. So I went on this pursuit to identify what money is, how money works, and how to make it work for me. So I transitioned from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Jacksonville, Florida, and I attended the prestige University of North Florida, swoop. And at the University of North Florida, I was working hard. I played ball the first year, and I was going to school, and I was actually working. I went to the club just a few times. But with that, I still had an addiction. My car was repoed, and I even spent nights without electricity. But I was working hard, and that's what my mother taught me. It wasn't until 2004 I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That book helped me to do what? Work smart and not only work hard. And that led me into a path of becoming a licensed financial advisor. But before I became a licensed advisor, a man that's friendly must show himself friendly. And I was networking, right, with an individual that was in my accounting class. And remember, your network determines your net worth. And he talked to me about becoming a licensed financial advisor. I said, wait, I got to quit this job that's paying me as an accountant to become a financial advisor and learn more about money. I knew my purpose. I had it written down, I had it plain. So it was easy for me to make that transition. Now I made that transition and I passed the exams. What exams were those? The Series 7, the Series 66, the Series 9, and also the CRPC, the Charter Retirement Planning Counseling Designation. So I achieved these things, and now I am a licensed financial advisor with the world's largest investment bank. My learning started from there. And then working as a licensed financial advisor, I started to learn so much more about how to actually orthodoxly manage people's money and actually give them financial planning tips. But I wasn't free. I had flexibility. Yeah, I was making six figures, after 2 or 3 years of being there. I'm making six figures every single year, but I still was not in control of my time. And then it got to a point where helping thousands of clients managing millions of dollars, the company's target audience didn't align with my target audience. I wanted to help the people that were like me coming up, understanding what money is, how money works, and how to make money, because I was only working with people that had money. So I had to do what we do, fire my boss and become my own. And that's when I created the brand J Money Secrets.
That's it.
That's
it. Oh no, there's more. Now there was a process for me getting there, right? So in this process, right, to become wealthy, right? One, I had to have a vision. You got to identify what is your vision. Now, don't just start with the monetary things, right? Identify what kind of lifestyle you want to live. One of the things I used to always ask for is, man, I want to travel 12 months straight. Now, what am I really saying? I need to have enough money to pay my living expenses at home. 2, I need to have enough money to pay for my vacations, my hotel, my Ubers, and all other travel costs. But number 3, I need to be able to create, not just earn money. Is the difference. I need to be able to create enough money to actually pay for all these things. So what did I do? I learned a high value skill. The high value skill initially was what? Trading stocks and options. Yep. What did I do? I started reading books and I started going to the wonderful free university of YouTube. That got me started. I was making money and I started losing money. And then I was making money and I got to a ceiling. But then I went to a conference and I met a great trader. And guess what I did? I invested in myself. The best investment you can ever make is investing in yourself. And I paid someone for their time. What they really did is save me time in a lot of pitfalls that they went through. So when I paid this individual, it was about about $5,000. I invested in myself to learn how to trade. Within 3 months, because keep in mind, I already had some foundations, but within 3 months, I made 6 figures within 3 months of investing in that particular individual's course. $5,000 for 6 figures. Who would actually take that deal? Thank you. So with that, now, no more hands, that's enough. So now with that, you got to study to show yourself approved. I feel like I reached the ceiling then. And then I heard of a gentleman that was making 6 figures in a week. I said, here, take this $15,000 and educate me. And I gave him that $15,000, and I was blessed. I made $15,000 in a day multiple times before. I've made 6 figures in a month as well from what? Investing in myself. So I ask everyone that's listening, when the last time you invested in yourself? Matter of fact, what's the most you ever invested in yourself? Don't look at the cost of something. Identify what the value is. But first, you got to identify what your vision is. Once you identify your vision, then you know who or what you need to be investing in. Then you can identify what the high value skill is for you or what intellectual property you're going to create. Any kind of work or any kind of job that you're doing, you are developing this thing called intellectual property. You got experiences that other people don't know. Even if you're a mother, I can't stop my child from crying. There's remedies and different things that you can actually teach other people that have never had kids before. and you can monetize that. Now, once you get this high value skill, we got to do what we do. We don't just save our way to money, save our way to millions. We leverage our way to money. Now, when we hear this thing called leverage, we can leverage other people's time, other people's knowledge, other people's money, other people's audience, other people's system, other people, right? So you got to learn how. And when I say leverage, I'm literally using somebody else's resources to accomplish more than what I could do with my own. But it's a win-win. Other people are winning and I'm winning. That's what business is when both parties actually benefit from that. So I learned how to use leverage. And then by leverage, I start creating other streams of income after I had my high value skill. And then I had to what? I had to protect my money, right? I had to make sure that I'm secure where on my wealth building journey, I don't have people that's trying to sue me that can trip me up.
Right.
Or taxes, right? Taxes is the biggest wealth eroder. I had to put things in place to help me with taxes, right? And then I got to figure out ways, how do I use my money more than one time? A lot of us don't do that. And this is why I created this brand to really educate people on these things and the process and strategies that we need to become wealthy. And I'm here today, right? I live life on my own terms. I haven't worked for an employer in over 3 years. I like to say I'm unemployable at this point. I have too many streams of income and too much knowledge to be put in a box to work for anyone else. And I can affect and help more people with the creativity and my expertise than any one job would actually allow me to help with. And I set that goal of traveling for 12 months straight. And literally I realized, bro, you did that 2 years ago. And I was literally 2-3 times a month. I'm flying, I'm going, I'm traveling, I'm bowling out the country. And that's what financial independence looks like. When I have the money to pay for my lifestyle, my debt service, but also the money in the time to expend it however I want to spend it.
Okay, so Mr. Joseph, let me back you up for a minute because you just already gave us, I mean, wow. That right there was worth the price for admission, and this is free.
I'm done. I'm leaving.
But I'm telling you, this was phenomenal. Back up a little bit because I heard you say, the first thing I heard you say that I really want you to expound on is that you said your network determines your net worth.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because, and then you said you got to have a vision for what you want. So I want you to kind of expand on that because yes, you talked about investing in yourself. You talked about getting education, the education that you need. You talked about making sure that you are protecting your money and everything like that. But can you kind of dig into the idea that the network really determines how much you're able to expand your net worth and dig into that vision? Because we may have a single mother, we may have someone that says, you know what, I don't have $5,000 to invest. I don't have the money to actually even get started. What do you say to that person that may not understand about that network and network?
All right, let's identify this, right? When we said network, right? If I have a problem, a lot of us have these friends. I have a problem with my significant other. She is doing this and he's doing this. We know that resource that we can call, right? But who is the resource I can call? What? Hey, how do I start this business? Hey, I just got an insurance lump sum payment. What do I do with this money? Hey, I just started my new job and I got a retirement account. You know, how much should I contribute? And also what should I consider investing in? We don't have those resources or those people around us. We have to make sure that we have people, because we don't have to know everything, but I can be resourceful to get this information. You want to have people around you that can help you and that can motivate you and inspire you, not just people that you're doing better than, because the adage is you're going to become the 5 closest people around you. So if you want the income that they have, you stick with those 5 people and don't let nobody else in. If you want the relationship that they have with their significant other, you keep those same 5 people around you. If you want that spiritual life, that prayer life around those 5 people, the closest 5 people around you, you keep those same people. If not, you got to continue broadening your horizon. You got to be able to invest up and not only start investing down. So you want to have people around you that can challenge you, motivate you, and help you to the next level. That's one. All right. You asked me as well as, all right, what if someone's starting off? Right? I heard and I read before, never despise small beginnings. If you can save $10, $20 a month, you can start investing in yourself and putting that away. Albert Einstein said the 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. Do you understand if I'm able to put $10 away, that's $120 for the year? But then $120 you start earning interest for me as well. And then now it's doing what? It's compounding. But when we say we don't have the money, but guess what we do have? We have a 3-digit number, right? That determines who we are before lending institutions ever meet us. You know what that's called? Credit. And this is where we start thinking outside the box. This is where we start using this thing called leverage. One of the easiest way and the fastest way to get money, OPM, other people's money, is using your personal credit. One of the most low-hanging fruits and most easiest things for us to go obtain is what? Credit cards. And at the age of 18, kids coming out of high school and college, mostly college, they start getting targeted for these things called credit cards.
Right.
And people perish from the lack of knowledge. We weren't taught in school, sometimes in some of our religious organizations, and sometimes even at home, we wasn't taught this thing about financial literacy. So we don't know how to use this thing called debt. We use debt to acquire these things called liabilities. And liabilities is going to do what? It's going to take money out of our pocket. It's something that we have to pay for continuously. It's something that's going to depreciate, go down in value. We should use debt to buy this thing first called an asset. An asset is what? It's something that's going to pay me money, whether it be residually, monthly, quarterly, yearly, and or it can have the ability to appreciate. It's going to be worth more than what I initially bought it for. That's an asset. If we get debt to buy assets, then our assets pays for our liabilities. There's nothing wrong with a nice house. There's nothing wrong with nice cars. There's nothing wrong with Louis, red bottoms, long heels, and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? You don't use your hard-earned money to buy them. You use other people's money via assets to buy your liabilities. That's what we need to do. So for a single mother that don't have a whole bunch of money, right? I can take that money to make sure my credit is on point, right? Then once my credit is on point, then I know, then I can go get access to credit. There's credit card companies that give 0% interest rates on these credit cards. So I got 0% interest rates on these credit cards. That may be for 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. I can get access to that money to go invest into this course, to go learn a high value skill, to now I can go make money to pay off my debt and I have money left over, right? But it's all about the network. Who do I know? Who's going to educate me and show me this information? BYOB can. This is why they created this company on education, to educate you about this thing called financial literacy. And we're partnering with J Money Secrets because we have synergy. We're helping people to understand what money is, what credit is, how money works, how credit works, how to make money work for you, and how credit make it work for you. And there's no excuses. There's only results. And we're here to help you produce those results.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I don't need to say anything else.
The people are taking notes out there. I hope they're taking notes.
I do have a question for you, Jay. When it comes to, when you were speaking about the investment portion of how you took the time and the money to invest in yourself, I really want you to elaborate how, I know you said a piece that was very, it shifted a magnitude of probably people's thought process, but how important it is to invest time and money. And I think also your company, like as in the people around you. Can you elaborate on maybe how that shifted for you and how important that is to you in this process?
You went out for, repeat the question.
Sure. He disappeared. That's fine.
This is some good information. I hope everybody is actually taking notes and really digging into this. Mr. J, you with us?
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Monet must have dropped the question that was too hot for my internet to handle.
I hope everybody is enjoying our hurricane party because we got the people, they listening to you, sir. They listening to you. You got people there saying, Miss Dyer says she can vouch for the fact that you were traveling every month. You got people that saying they want to really do their they want to get understanding about what's the secret behind this money. So Miss Monet, you were asking a question about investing and vision, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. If you guys can hear me well while we're hurricaning over here, my question was, how important is investing your money in time and also who you're around in reference to your success journey, just from your standpoint and maybe what wealthy people do? Can you expound on that?
Yes. All right. Number one, who's around, right? As people, we always want to belong, right? We want to be a part of something. And one thing, like, I truly feel, I know for a fact that God has given all of us purpose and destiny on this earth. A lot of us don't even get a chance, an opportunity to pursue that purpose because we don't have the time and or the money to do so. Les Brown said one of the most valuable places in this world is the graveyard. So many hopes, dreams, and visions has died and was buried there. So if I have something that I want to accomplish, I want to be the one, I want to be, as people say, the dumbest one in the room, but I want to be the one that I'm in a room and I can ask questions and I sit back and listen. I'm not the one teaching. I need to have people to pour into me because there is safety in what? A room of multitude of wise counsel, right?
Yes.
So if I got a whole bunch of wise counsel around me, I'm eventually going to be at their level, if not higher.
Right.
But if I'm around a comfortable position or people that I'm comfortable around, guess what? Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable.
That's good.
Right? You got to expound outside of those areas and those arenas. And I want everybody to listen to Lisa Nichols' story. She had to pull away from family to get in a position to go back to help her family. Right? So it's important that you have people around you that's going to be able to help you, right? 2, has greater reward for their labor. And if I'm working with someone that has more than me, guess what? I'm eventually going to have more than what I had before. If I'm working with someone that's less than me, I'm the one that's always pouring out. I need to get to a point where I can be able to pour into the individuals. And it's not saying I love them or I don't respect them any less. It's the aspect of I need to do this to help you. Because if I tell you, man, I'm about to make $1 million this month, our people can't make that. Well, you crazy. Now you are diminishing my dream. I'm telling the right thing to the wrong person because their vision, their faith is not there. But what if I was around someone that did agree? Because there's a blessing in unity, right? When 2 touch and agree, bro, you can do this. I'm feeling motivated now, right? Now that's increasing my faith. And the only thing I have to do is have faith. But without faith, without works, is dead. So now I got to actually pursue. And I don't know those steps. I have individuals and people around me I can call up and make a phone call to help get me to that next level. So,
Mr. J,
yes,
I want you to take one of them dollar signs that's in the background and I want you to throw it to yourself because you preaching right now. You really preaching.
Me twice. What did again?
No, we just go as you preaching. But I have a question. You are Money Secrets, right? So I would love to break down this different group. So you kind of shared with us what that person, that single mother, needs to do that may feel like they don't have any money. Let's talk about that next tier. Let's talk about that, maybe that middle class who they have a family. They're not in a place where if they don't miss this paycheck, they're going to be faltering. But at the same time, they're not in a place where they're building wealth. They may just be living, kind of paycheck to paycheck in the sense of not saving. What do you say to that family? Then I want you to kind of dig into the person who maybe they have abundance, but they're not doing the proper things with their money. Let's talk about the secrets to that middle class and maybe that abundance class that still may not be in the right place as far as how they're using their money.
All right, let's talk about it, right? So number 1, you got to have a plan and a vision for your money before you receive it. If not, it's going to follow somebody else's vision, right? So if you don't have a plan and a vision, we're already starting slow. We're already starting behind the 8 ball. Now, an individual that has money coming in, you have to understand where's that money going to, where you're being directed, because there's a lot of consumption that we're doing that adds no value to our life. A lot of times we have subscriptions for years ago that we're still paying on, right? A lot of times we're not, calling up these insurance companies every 6 months looking for better quotes and better rates. A lot of times our credit has woven its way into almost every aspect of our life. My car insurance premium can be determined by my credit. My life insurance premium can be determined by my credit, right? So if I have better credit, then I'm paying lower money. So I need to invest in myself to get my credit right? But then for an individual, so once you identify where your money is going, and if it's being wasted, then we can redirect that. And if I knew what I knew now, and if I can go back, let's talk about my 401k account, because I was in the same position. I was making decent money. I was working for an employer. I started making contributions to my retirement account. I only contributed the amount of money that my employer was matching, no more or no less, right? Because why I want to put more money into a vehicle that I can get access to my money to 59.5 without paying taxes and or penalties, and then I'm restricted my investment options. So now that amount that they contribute, I'm getting 100% rate of return on my money. And then me putting money in, my employer putting money in, I put into something called like the S&P 500 fund. Why did I do that? The S&P 500 is an index with the 500 largest companies in the U.S. right? They replace companies that are not performing up to par. I don't even have to think about it. And most mutual funds seek to outperform the S&P 500. And most mutual funds, as Jack Bogle mentioned, don't even outperform the S&P 500. All right. So now with that, and keep in mind, a wise man furthers his knowledge. Study to show yourself approved. I studied this thing called the 401k plan that my employer offered, and I realized that they offered this thing called a loan. Now, a loan is a form of a debt, i.e., leverage. So I borrowed money from my 401k account through a general purpose loan, and then I created my first semi-passive stream of income. I bought what? Vending machines. Now, these vending machines start producing this thing called the cash flow. This cash flow, which I didn't have to be there every single hour my vending machines were operating. I go once or every other week to go check my vending machines. That cash flow that it created was enough to pay off the loan and put money into my pocket. I just created money with money that I actually used, that I actually saved and put away and my employer matched. Now that was dope. But now, what if there is a vehicle where I can put money into, borrow from it, and I'm still earning interest on this, but I still got the capital to go buy another asset? That's how we start exponentially building wealth, right? And that vehicle is properly built life insurance. And if I knew what I knew now, I probably wouldn't even contribute to my retirement account. I would put it to my life insurance policy, right? Especially built is not just any life insurance policy. You got to have someone that focuses on wealth and using these streams and vehicles in order to build wealth. And that's what I do. And that allows me to put money into it. Of course, it's going to be after tax, because a lot of us put money into these retirement accounts. These retirement accounts, be mindful, they were created in the 1900s. They were created for the wealthy to do what? Shield their money from taxes. But a lot of us has taken on that notion that this is the way that we, and only way or the main way that we save for retirement. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Consider this: a farmer has a seed. He plants that seed to create a harvest, right? So we're paying taxes on the seed to pay taxes on the harvest down the road.
Right.
Question: What is the tax rates going to be in about 20, 30 years from now? No one knows, right? But what we do know is sometimes history can predict future. Do everyone know within the last 70 years, the federal tax rate currently right now is about 39.6%. It's the highest. It's been as high as 91%. So if I made 100 racks for the year, 91 of them is going to Uncle, well, he ain't my uncle, but that dude they call Uncle Sam, right? $91,000 of that $100,000 you earn goes there. That's the fastest way the government can access money from us consumers. Well, I'm an investor and a consumer, but that's the fastest way that they can actually access money from us. So it's important that we identify our strategy, right? So for that middle class person, identify where your money is going. Number two, get with someone that has information that you do not know. Learn that high value skill. And when I say get with someone, get with a wealth advisor. Financial advisors, some financial advisors don't have a heart for the people. Most financial advisors only deal with people that have money. So you want to make sure you deal with a financial coach or a wealth advisor that can give you unbiased information to help you accomplish your goals. But the thing is, you have to identify and know what your goals are. You have to make sure that your credit is right as well, right? And you guys need to create a plan and a vision. And you as a family, must touch and agree and have a plan for that. And write that down. You got to have a plan for your child or your kids, a plan for you guys together. Hey, when we plan on retiring, hey, maybe we need to pay off some debt, right? So a lot of people say, should I pay off debt first or should I invest first? I can show you how to do both. Here at BYOB, we show you how to do both. And that's what you should be doing, redirecting your money to something that's going to be building wealth. Now, for those that have money, but it's not working for them, that have what are making high incomes, they have a problem called taxes. And taxes is going to be the biggest thing that can help them erode them from building wealth. What can I do? I can see if I have a high deductible healthcare plan and contribute to an HSA account. I can see if I can actually start a business in the LLC, and then I get to deduct a lot of things I pay after taxes. Now I pay it before taxes just by having an LLC. Like I have light vehicles inside of my business names. When I get my car washed, when I pay car insurance, when I have any maintenance in my vehicles, guess what? A portion of that is tax deductible, reducing my overall tax liability. In addition to that, I'm sorry.
No, this is
That's
good.
good. This is great. We're taking
Oh,
notes.
okay. Let's keep going. All right. And one of the other things that erodes our opportunity to continue to building wealth is this hidden tax called inflation, right? Let's talk about what inflation is. Inflation is literally the rise of the consumer goods that we buy. When we look at the rise of consumer goods, let's look at clothes, let's look at food, let's break it down to eggs and even bread. So the things that we consume that we normally buy, they typically go up in price, not value, but price. And on average, the inflation rate is normally about 3%. This year, it skyrocketed to about 6, 7% because of the state of the economy that we're in right now. But on average, I say it's 3%. Ask yourself, how much is the bank, whether it be a savings, money market, CD, or checking account, paying you per year? Your APY, your annual percentage yield. Yep, you're seeing mainly it's less than 3%. But the consumer goods that I'm buying are going up 3% or higher. That's a discrepancy. You're automatically losing this thing, what we call your purchasing power. Yeah, it looks cute, it looks sexy when I log into the account and I see my money there, but my money's not earning me any money. I'm going to work hard every single day, but my money is home being lazy on the couch, watching TV, drinking all the Kool-Aid, sucking up all the AC, right? Your money should be working harder for you than what you're actually working. So now we have to find vehicles where we can put our money to work for us. And as I mentioned, don't despise small beginnings, right? I truly feel that we need to have money exposed in the market, right? And the market is not guaranteed, but over time it makes money. The market normally continues to go up. When I say market, I'm talking about the stock market. Let's look at something like the S&P 500. Something that mimics and tracks the S&P 500 is called an exchange traded fund, which is known as an ETF. We have three that are normally the top three big ones, which is VOO, IBV, or SPY. Right? They monitor and track the S&P 500. On average, let's say it averages about 8 to 10% a year. That's dope, and that's great. But what if we have like 2008, a big drop in the market, a big market crash from the subprime mortgage? That's what happened in 2008. Now my value of my account has dropped, but I need to access that money and live on right now. It doesn't matter, I have to access it. We need to also have money in what we call permanent wealth vehicles, where my money can be guaranteed, getting a rate of return, and I know it's there when I need it. You got to have a mixture of both. Maybe we should put money, if I'm a business owner, into what we call a SEP plan, a SEP IRA, which allows me to put up to almost $60,000 tax free a year. So what I'm saying is everybody's financial situation is different. And this is why it's important to talk with a wealth advisor, right? Someone that has this knowledge and can create a specific plan for you, because not one thing fits all when it comes to the financial industry. And that's one thing I used to hate about being a financial advisor. We'll have the conservative, the moderate conservative, the moderate aggressive or aggressive, and we just put people into these blocks versus taking the time to craft something individual for each, specific for each different individual. So we want to make sure that we are increasing our intellectual property. We want to make sure we understand where our money is going. We want to make sure that those things that we can reduce our expenses, spend only a little bit of time on those, right? Because reducing your expenses is finite. Making more money is infinite, right? So we got to figure out how to create and or make more money. And for those that read that book called the Bible, it offers a lot of principles that I operate on. One that comes to heart that I want to share with you all today, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 and 2. Read it in the NIV version. I repeat, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 and 2, the NIV version. Spread your grain from across the sea, for one day it may come back to you. Invest my money over here, and one day it's going to come back to me, right? Invest is the key word that it says. Invest in 7, yet 8 ventures, because you never know the desolations of the land. That's in the Bible, not J. Joseph.
It really is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is. So it's in the Bible, right? So now, because we never know the desolations of the land, what desolations of the land have we had? 2000, 2001, the technology boom, subprime mortgage bust. We had anthrax. We had COVID. You name it, right? So there's a lot of desolations of the land that are here, that have came, and more to come. And this is why we have to have 7 to 8 different streams of income. Do you have
Absolutely.
Do you have 7 to 8 streams of income?
Hmm.
We should.
Bam. So I want to ask that question too, real quick. That Mr. Joseph asked, and just to challenge our listeners, our family, the people who are walking in wealth and shifting their mindset. Just like he said, are you investing in yourself? I want to ask that question. It's something he mentioned earlier. Do you have a plan for yourself, your family, your children? Do you have a plan? And I want you to reply in the comments if you've thought about having a plan and haven't established it, or if you have a plan or a vision. So I definitely want to see our listening audience, our family and friends reply in the comments, because this is where we come together and really shift our future, our family, and our finances. Right. So I do want to ask, and really, yes, I need y'all to reply too. So y'all reply in the comments. But also, Mr. Joseph, something I want to dabble in, because you are an educator within the BYOB movement. I want to talk a little bit about that. This new role that you have walked into because of your heartbeat to help people, and because one thing you said about it, it's gonna benefit everybody. You do things that benefit you and other people. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Everyone shouldn't just right. So I want to talk about that in reference to what do you see as being an educator in reference to the stocks and bonds and things of that nature. And I want to do a Nathan question. Nathan likes to do scenarios, so I want to do a Nathan scenario for those people who say, well, yeah, Mr. Joseph, okay, I see what you're saying, and I'm going to invest, but learning about this is difficult or a challenge, and it sounds good, and I've invested in stocks before. Like, to those people in the role you're in right now with the BYB movement in general, your knowledge, but what would you say to those people who say, I'm going to do it, but it looks hard, it's difficult?
Oh, the first thing I'm gonna say is death and life is in the power of the tongue, right? So, all right. So with that, anything, fear comes from the unknown, right? And fear comes from the lack of knowledge. Anything you apply yourself, you can do. Anything. But the thing is, having a great teacher can help you overcome those hurdles. It's hard because you just don't know how. You don't know the process. You don't know the strategy. You've never done it before. You don't have nobody in your network to help guide you, right? If you have a guide, how many people said I can never lose weight, but then you see people hire trainers and they lose weight? Oh man, I've always eaten like this. I've always done like this. You're gonna die tomorrow if you don't change the diet.
Wow.
All right. So yet again, you have to believe. You have to have faith, and then you have to have works, right? You have to have that faith, right? We can give you that. We can give you that example. We can get you hype, but then you have to believe it. And then you have to walk that path, and you don't have to walk that path because we're here to guide you to it, right? Now, trading options and trading stocks and options, they're two things, right? Stocks, they're equity, they're common shares, right? You own part of a company. A lot of us consume when we don't invest. A lot of us, let's name a store. We go to Wally World, right? Walmart. Walmart is a public company. The ticker symbol is WMT. I can literally go buy a share of Walmart. It's less than $200 a share right now. And then I can own a share of Walmart. I am part owner in that company now. So now when I actually go buy something at Walmart, I'm indirectly and directly investing in myself because I own a portion of that company. Because now when you pay money, you know who your money going to? The people called the Waltons. They are beneficiaries of Sam Walton.
Right.
He created the store, right, and then he left an inheritance to his children's children. Are you?
Yes.
Right? So now when you own the stock, the goal is to buy it and to appreciate the go up in value. That's what 70% of the people do in the stock market. But you know you can buy stocks and make money when it falls, i.e. shorting the stock, right? So now I use this thing called options. Options, I look at a way of using leverage, right? Because remember, wealthy people, we leverage our way to wealth. We just don't save our way to wealth. So in everything that you do, there's this thing called wealth as an aspect on it that you can use leverage. So the options are a derivative of the underlying security, which is the stock. So instead of me going paying that $200 for that Walmart stock, and let's say I bought 100 shares of Walmart stock, it's $20,000. Not everybody has $20,000 to go buy this Walmart stock. Not everybody wants to put up that security, that amount to buy the Walmart stock. But I can go buy an option contract and control 100 shares of Walmart stock for a fraction of the price, probably $4,000, $3,000, depending on how long I want to control it for. So options are a derivative of the underlying security. So I am showing people a way of how you can not only earn money, but create money. And when I say create money, I don't necessarily have to charge an hour to create and generate $1, right? I'm showing you how you can grow your money in the stock market, buying it at an ideal price with a high probability of this going up in value or going down in value. You just have to be on the right side of that particular trade. So this is a strategy to show people how to create more money, how to learn a high value skill, how to talk to someone that has made 6 figures in trading, right? That has made 5 figures in a day when it comes to trading multiple times, right? And it's a process. It took a journey to get here, but I get to share my knowledge and my experience with you to help expedite your process. There's still going to be a learning curve that you have to go through, but isn't it better to go through with someone that you can call and ask a question, you have access to ask questions, to can help see like, hey, you don't have your risk management set in place. Hey, it's not about you learning more technical indicators. It's about your trading psychology, right? Maybe you're trading with too much money. You know what? You're breaking your rules, right? You know, you're trading a stock that has what we call a low ATR, an average true range that doesn't move enough to get the rate of return that you're looking for, right? So you have someone that can guide you through that process. And this is only the like one step in this wealth building journey. It's going to help you create money. But as I mentioned to Nathan before I jumped on the call, Warren Buffett said it's not about how much money I make. It's about how much money I keep and what I do with what I keep. So now every time you have a problem, a person solve a problem, especially in the financial industry, you know what you do? You create another problem. Hey, boy, Jay, I'm getting money in the stock market now. Yeah, but now you get hit with federal taxes. Now we got to figure out what's that process. What do we do next, right? Eventually, I want to get everybody to financial illiteracy, to financial literate, i.e. accredited investor, to where you actually own nothing, but you control everything. Then guess what? We don't worry about taxes anymore. Now we can have our money in today's that generate permanent wealth that can preserve our income. So it's a process. So I look forward to the opportunity to sharing my knowledge and sharing my knowledge and experience, right? The good and the bad, to help you not go through those same hurdles that I have to go through, or make it more smoother for you. And then to, help with your process and your time frame to become a profitable trader. Because there's different ways that we can trade. We can trade to grow our money. We can trade to supplement our income, but we also can trade to build wealth. Lucky, I do all three. And then I can give you that insight, give people that insight to help them get to their trading goals.
Mr. J, every time you stop, we say, wow, because it really is that. And we got so many people in the comments that are just soaking up this information, so excited that you're going to be able to be, someone in part of the BYOB movement and share this information. In our last few moments, I want to ask you this, because you shared a lot of information. I'm sure a lot of which many would not be able to capture right now. But my question to you is, because at the end of the day, I heard you talk a lot about vision. We know without a vision, the people perish. Yes, you talked about the time it takes to actually learn some of the things you're talking about. Warren Buffett also says a lot of people want to get rich quick, but don't want to build wealth slow. And so when you talk about that, what is the amount of time that someone needs to expect when they're trying to learn this process? And what is the discipline that we need to take on so that we can get to that level where we don't own anything, but we control everything?
Oh man, let's talk about it. All right. So first of all, how long did we go to college? For those that went to college, think about that. All right. Next thing we want to identify, they said it takes how many hours to become an expert? 10,000. Now it says it takes what in order to become a great trader? 10 years, right? So wealth is built slow and steady. Now, when it comes to trading, right? Trading, as I've identified, because I've been trading for about 5.5, 6 years. So I'm not even a great trader yet, right? But yet again, it's about how you apply yourself as well. What I like to tell people is the more time, the more information that you put into something, the faster you're gonna get the results back. If you have access to me and you're pulling your own information, I'm giving it to you. I'm feeding it to you. I like to say overall, 4 months to learn the market, right? Especially for those that are coming in and have no clue about what is the stock market. I start from the beginning. What is the stock market? We went into a little bit today about what is a share, what is an equity, what is a symbol, what is a common share. These are different words that we use for stocks. Where to buy stocks? How much stock should I be buying? What stock should I be buying? What patterns or systems should I look for? So there's a learning process, at least 4 months to understand the information. One thing I would say, one of the students I've been teaching, so I've been teaching for about 3 years now, 2.5 years. One of the students, he literally doubled his account within 1 year. So whatever he had, add that times two, or multiply that by two, and that's how much he had in his account. He applied himself. Normally, we meet 1 hour every single week, 1 hour to hour and a half, get access to the recordings, and then it's one of my mentors. I got to give a shout out to Tay Sweat. Tay Sweat, is one of my stock mentor, right? Because every mentor needs a mentor, right? It's a lot of information that I learned from this guy, man. When I'm multi-millionaire, I'm gonna try to come for him. Well, I'm gonna need some time, but
you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I appreciate you, sir. Yet again, that's the kind of people you need in your network. You need to hire people. You need people that believe in you, right? So Nathan might need to be part of my group, right? I might have to give him a stock tip or two. All right. So.
But I thought we were best friends.
See,
they can't tell us for.
AB, your way out of this. All right. So, as I was saying before, I was nicely interrupted. One thing that he told me about his course and whatnot, he said, go through and watch our information, the videos, at least 2 to 3 times, right? So you're soaking in that information, you're putting in that work, right? In our community, we like to get like the mud, we like to grind, we like to hustle. We just do it physically. Well, we can do it mentally and get way further, right? So yet again, I would say when it comes to trading, I can help get you started. I can help guide you and show you that process, but it's going to take you to apply it, right? People say that knowledge is power. I actually disagree. Applied knowledge is power.
Sir.
We have to apply what we learn. So, bro, if someone can do it in a year and start trading, now keep in mind, that doesn't mean he's a great trader, but he knows how to make money. And I taught him a plan. A lot of times when people trade and make money, they don't know what to do with that money. I don't put all my money I made back into the same trade. No, I start to diversify. Right? So yet again, having a plan for my money. So I think it's dope. I think, anybody that dedicate themselves, give yourself a year or two of grace. Keep in mind, you went through 4 years of college, at least, because it took me, man, almost 6 years to get this bachelor's in accounting degree. And imagine 6 years, what I learned from trading. And what if I give me half of that time, give me 3 years. And you should be a professional trader where you have the knowledge, you have the understanding, but most of all, you're going to have the experience, the application, that wisdom from actual placing the trades. And you can practice by looking at charts previously and old, but you also can practice in this thing called the simulator account, where you're not even using real money, but you have real setups that you can actually practice it. So if you apply yourself within a year or two, you can be making money. And then I didn't just rely on trading. I also had other streams of income, right? I always plan for the worst, and I hope for the best. So I got multiple streams of income coming in, and I'm trading. This is why I'm unemployable.
I heard you didn't say unemployed, you said unemployable.
Unemployed.
Meaning you ain't coming for you.
You got to take a sip with that. He got to take a sip of water with that word.
With the pinky up, hold on.
Come on, not with the pinky. Come on now, not with the pinky.
I love that, unemployable.
Yeah.
And I think
some people are not employed, some people are underemployed, and then you got people like me that's unemployable.
And the realness, a lot of people want to be unemployable. Most people can say that they do. Most people desire to do exactly what this topic is, living life on your own terms. No one wants, right. Yeah. And you heard them, you can live life on your own terms, but majority of people do want to be unemployable, to be able to spend time with their family, spend time with their friends, spend time going on vacation, taking care of their loved ones, or just having fun without someone dictating to them what to do.
Can we do something? If you want to be unemployable, can you put it in the comments real quick? Just put say it's me. Just put it's me. If you want to be unemployable, just put that in the comments. Let us see you. Let us see you.
And it is.
And is right. Unemployable. No, unemployable. It's me. It's me. Yes. Well, I love that. And the reality is just what Jay said. You can have that. You have to put that applied knowledge. And like he said, every mentor has a mentor. You have to adjust who you're around. If they think that your vision is stupid and it's not gonna work and stuff, you're around the wrong people. You're around the wrong people, right? And so there's a lot of those people, dream snatchers, right? Because that's what they try to do. They snatch your dream because they snatch their own dream or allow someone else to snatch theirs. And we're not doing that. This 2023, we're not doing that. We have the resources, we have the educators, we have the time. We go and do a lot of things that we shouldn't do, and that doesn't mean it's bad, but we go do a lot of things, and I want to let you know that when you're doing things you shouldn't do, this is an investment of your time. When you're buying things you shouldn't buy, that's an investment of your time and money.
Yeah. So, don't let people don't let people cast their fears and their shortcomings on you.
Facts. And so real quick, he is going to be doing he's going to be going live tomorrow. We have mentioned that you're going live tomorrow, and you're going to look a whole bunch of It's Me Unemployable. Listen, Wednesday night, 8:30. Jay Joseph, the man with the plan, the one that y'all receive all this amazing information, he's going to be, you got to enroll. You got to enroll, learn, and profit. BYOBmovementworldwide.com. The website's right in front of you. Don't sit there and get all this information and don't do nothing with it. It's your time. It's your season. And you know what? You got to put forth the effort. And then guess what? Things are going to come along. You need a group of people. You need an organization. You need a movement. You need a movement that'll be there to support you to help lift your hands when your hands feel like going low sometimes. And that's just real. And so most definitely. So we're about to go ahead and wrap it up. But Mr. Joseph, did you want to go ahead and say anything else with your amazing self?
One, thank you for the kindness. Two, everyone, I appreciate you investing your time. I hope and pray I said one thing that educated you, that's going to help you take action, or something that inspired you. That's all it takes is one thing. We don't need a lot, right? A lot of times people want to hype us up, but they don't give us any direction. And as you can see, like, we're here investing our time in you all, and you all investing your time in us. And at the end of the day, when you make an investment, you should get some kind of return from it. And this is what we are here for, right? As we mentioned before, we're going to keep on putting on and bringing on different people on this show to help educate you, to help give you guys all the financial education that you do need to hit on different topics. Number two, we actually have a platform, BYOB Worldwide, in our trading academy, where we're going to actually teach you about trading stocks and options. But it's not only stocks and options that we're teaching you. There's much, much more. And then number three, some of us may be on the fence. We might not be sure where to start. Maybe we need to find out where to get the money to actually get started. Or Jay, what's going to be best for me and my family, because my situation is different from my cousin them, and my situation is different from both of them, right? I can help, right? I got a website called jmoneyseekers.com. That website, you guys can actually book a free financial consultation with me, and that's going to help you talk about wealth and legacy planning, what you can do for your specific situation. There's no cost to you, only 30 minutes one-on-one with me. And hopefully I know I can be able to tell you something that's going to help you get you on the right path, or increase and enhance your path on this thing called wealth building. So I look forward to connecting with you guys. Once again, that's jmoneysecrets.com. And hey, follow me on YouTube. I'm going to be dropping more videos as well on YouTube. And I will be back on the show again if Monet don't be hating because me and Nathan,
Hey, we got this. We on the pocket. We locked in.
Y'all can do it by yourself. Y'all can do it by yourself.
Wait a minute.
Hey, you ain't saying, we ain't kicking you out. We just said, listen, we got to give it up for Mr. J Money.
Listen, yes.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. And listen, remember, family and friends, you got to enroll to learn to profit. You got to enroll. If you can't enroll, if you don't get enrolled, you can't participate. And we don't want that. We want you to get down every 8:30. That's not even proper English, but every 8:30 on every Wednesday. That's what we want you at, so that you can free your you can free your time, your talent, whatever you want it free, you can have it all. You want it all, you can have it. So family and friends, it's about that time. So thank you, Joseph, amazing educator. It's tomorrow's Wednesday. Y'all know where to see him at. He already gave you some information. Follow up.
Everybody
Run
be safe.
with the vision. Run. So you know what we say? We say think like a bank, act like a bank, and Nathan, I'm gonna let you go ahead and roll it out.
You gotta be your own bank. Come on. Yes, sir.
Right, let's go. I'm excited. So we love you, family and friends. Make sure you watch the replay. Send it to your family and friends, and we will see you on Wednesday. Also, as well, there should be, if I'm not mistaken, there usually is a wealth webinar tonight. Connect with me or Nathan or Jay, and we'll make sure we give you access to it. We love you guys.
Welcome to the team, Jay.
Let's go.